All right, so I'm going to talk more about Libertarian presidential campaign because this is the most interesting thing happening in the news right now, especially like with coronavirus backing everything up. That's not coronavirus. So, if you don't care about Libertarian Party, I mean, I still want you to listen, but I understand if you clock out. Like you listen, hopefully I can convert you. But just let you know that's what this is gonna be about. Yeah, people out there who are excited about Justin Amash running for president and saying he can, and the reason you're excited is because he can get the mainstream media attention that other ones can't. Which I understand that argument, but did you watch his MSNBC interview with Todd? And if so, why are you still excited? He had a chance on national news talking to one of their biggest anchors, and he just gives the most milquetoast, trying not to offend anybody, not trying to seem like a radical answers there are. And it's because he's trying not to piss people off or just seem like a radical. Guess what? Justin Amash, you're a libertarian. By that very nature, you are a fucking radical. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. You're right. You're right on the issues. But a lot of people are going to disagree with you. Guess what? You tell the truth and you give convincing arguments, and you're going to convince the people. And this is the most media attention a libertarian running for office has got since Ron Paul in 2012, and this is what we got. Just from the very start. Chuck Todd asked him, why do you want to be president? And what does he say? He says, because he can be an alternative to Donald Trump and Joe Biden. He can be an alternative to them. The Republicans are getting too nationalist, and the Democrats are just forgetting about half the country, and I can bring them together. You're running like a Democrat, running against Trump. Oh. Want to know what the right answer? Not once did he say, why do you want to run for president? Because we live in the country with the biggest government in the history of the world. We are fighting endless wars that are costing billions and trillions of dollars to taxpayers that we have no business fighting. We are spending our grandchildren into debt. We had the Federal Reserve that gives money to banks for them to loan out to us to make money off of us. That we have to pay back with interest, and the Federal Reserve is just printing it and giving it away to the big banks. While big banks are making money off of us, the Federal Reserve is making our money worthless by inflation. There's so many things you can say. Talk about liberty. The coronavirus lockdowns are just trampling people's personal liberties. But no, he just did the most milquetoast answer there is. Why? And then they go in and talk about bailout. They ask him about the bailouts. He says, libertarians is a small government thing. How would you answer that but there's in a time right now with these bailouts, people want big government. And he says these bailouts are going to help the big banks and corporations. Yeah, okay, that's true. But how are you differencing yourself? Oh, that was bad. Differencing yourself from Joe Biden or even Bernie Sanders. Everybody's saying this. There's nothing special about what you're saying. And what would and then when he gives his, instead of just criticizing, this is the most big government way we could do this, instead of just giving out an actual, how about instead of having more government bailouts and seizing control, we give people back their money that we have stole from them. We cancel income tax until this is done. We can't cancel corporate taxes till this situation is done. And retrospectively, we give people back their income tax that they paid back in 2019. And that can help them, and then we cut spend, and then that can help them throughout this, until this time is, until the coronavirus pandemic has passed. Why didn't you say that? But no, he gives this long, we need to make sure the money is getting to where the people who need it. Yeah, and there is an argument, libertarian argument, that the government owes people money because they're the ones who shut down the economy. But the answer is, we give them back the money that we stole from them. Why don't you say that? Differentiate yourself from everybody else. Never once in this whole interview did he talk about liberty. And then when they asked about shutdowns, and come out and say you're against the shutdowns because this is a violation of people's liberties. But no, he just sits there and is just so boring and just trying not to step on toes, trying not to offend people, trying to say right in the middle, I can be, like, if you're upset with that Joe Biden, you can vote for me. If you don't like Trump, you can vote for me, instead of spreading the message of liberty. That's why I'm not excited about Justin Amash. If this is what you're going to do with the media attention you're going to get, who the fuck cares? You might as well not be fucking running. Because guess what? You do all this stuff trying to please both sides, guess what? In the end, you're still going to fucking lose. So you might as well be out there spreading fucking liberty and spreading these issues that are matter and convert people to the liberty movement. Instead of just saying, if you don't like Trump, you don't like Joe Biden, I'm right here. And Justin Amash has a good voting record. I'm not just going to rail on him. He has a good voting record. But just talk about the issues. Talk about what it means to be a libertarian instead of just being right in the middle. Just saying anybody who wants, the whole interview, not once did he never mentioned the endless wars, the Fed, spending, or even liberty. He never even said liberty. We want liberty for people. When people have the right to choose, that's when people are the most prosperous. Never once said anything like that. He just said how he would do bailouts differently, that he would make sure bailouts go to the working class. Okay, you sound exactly like Bernie fucking Sanders. So, yeah. Here's, just from where he's at, here's what I want on my libertarian candidates running for office, national office. And I don't care if they have an R by their name or an L by their name, but if they are running under libertarian principles, if you don't mention the Fed, shut up. Don't mention the Fed. What are you doing? That is the thing that is stealing the most wealth and infringing on the most liberties of any other government organization. You don't mention endless wars. You don't mention spending. You never even mention liberty. And he said, when I talk about my principles, get out there and start talking to individuals about my principles. You're on MSNBC. Mention your principles there. That's what it's there for. Why? You're gonna reach way more people talking on MSNBC than you will your individual rallies talking to people individually. And still do that, but you're gonna reach a hell of a lot more people talking on MSNBC, and you just come out and just sound like a milquetoast, never Trump Republican or a moderate Democrat trying to bring people together. Guess what? You're not bringing people together. You're not. We can't be brought together. Half the country thinks you can have an abortion up to the point of birth. The other half thinks it's murder. We're not coming together on that. Half the country thought Brett Kavanaugh was a gang rapist. The other half didn't. We're not coming together. So say your principles and try to convert people. Instead, just go out. So, yeah, no. Why are people, if you're Justin Amash excited, why are you excited? After watching that, give me one reason why you're excited about him running, and that's not him being there. Out of what he said, not the fact that he's on MSNBC, but tell me why you're excited about him based on what he says. And I don't think you'll be able to find an answer. So yeah, that's why I'm not excited about Justin Amash, because he did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. So yeah. Anybody out there excited about him? Tell me why, and don't tell me because he can get media attention. Because if that's what he's gonna do with it, there's nothing to be excited about. But yeah, so please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.